2/3 of Americans claim Social Security before their full retirement age. The financial media treats this like a massive collective failure of planning. They act like millions of people are making the same irreversible mistake because they simply do not understand the math. But here is what nobody in the finance industry wants to admit out loud. Sometimes filing at 62 is not a mistake at all. In fact, right now, in this specific economy, it might be the smartest defensive move you can possibly make. The conventional wisdom you've been fed for decades is simple. Wait as long as possible. Delay until you're 70. They tell you that every year you wait past your full retirement age, your benefit grows by 8%. At age 70, you're collecting 124% of what you would have received at 67. That sounds like an absolute no-brainer. Why on earth would anyone leave that much free money on the table? But that spreadsheet logic assumes something profound and deeply flawed about your actual life. It assumes you're going to live long enough to reach the break-even point. It assumes your spouse does not depend on your filing to unlock their own benefits. And most dangerously, it assumes you have the cash on hand to survive the waiting period without completely cannibalizing your investments. Let us talk about the reality of the 2026 economy. The Federal Reserve has kept rates elevated. The stock market is incredibly volatile and unpredictable. The cost of everyday retirement staples is stubbornly high. The median 401k balance for Americans aged 55 to 64 right now is just over $95,000. If you're an upper middle class earner who recently retired, got downsized, or simply burned out, you might have a few $100,000 saved. You treat that 401k balance like a high score. You're terrified of losing it, but you're equally terrified of the so-called Social Security early penalty.